And now, Journey to Success with Pete Asmus. Tonight, mindset to action steps and everything in between. We are about you, focusing on what you need to get to that next level. So get ready, get excited, because we are about to get started. From coast to coast, your host, Pete, the visionary Pitbull Asmus.
I love it, man.
Yes, that's right. Okay, it'll fade out on its own, I think, here. Guys, welcome. Today is June. I think it's June 15th, if I'm not mistaken. That's right, June 15th, 2014. I'm going to be your host tonight, Pete Asmus, and this is Journey to Success. This is going to be our 60th episode, I believe, right now. 59th or 60th. I'm not sure which one it is. It's one of the two, though. 59th or 60th. And we've been doing this, obviously, I've been doing this over a year, and I'm excited. Today is Father's Day, so I want to say congratulations. And, I don't know, I guess you don't say congratulations on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And this is going to be a great show tonight. What we're going to be doing is focusing a little bit on, I don't know, some of the things I've been kind of thinking about. I'm not going to actually start the next series until next week because I knew tonight's show would be a little bit shorter. Also because it's Father's Day, I knew there probably would be quite a few people that weren't on, although we've got 15 people already, so that's not that bad. And so I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to go over some of the new webinars that we have. I've now bumped it up to we now have 6 webinars a week, which is, man, freaking awesome. I mean, I'm still blown away that that we've created this, right? And so here's the thing, man. Monday nights or Sunday nights, you've got Journey to Success, and all of them are at 6 p.m. Pacific, every single one of them. So that's the cool part is, every day, 6 p.m. Pacific, you can tune in to a webinar that we have every day except Saturday. That's the only day that we don't have one. And so the way that it works is Sunday nights, we've got Journey to Success with me. Monday nights, we've got Bird Dogging Opportunities with Scott Travis. On Tuesdays, we've got Experts Corner with me again. Then Wednesdays, we're now putting on the Power of SEO with Justin Belthoen. So he's going to be going over every week different tips, like how to work on WordPress, how to build your, like this week we're going to do one. We're not going to start his until not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. So this Tuesday, Experts Corner will give you kind of an overview of what's going to be happening on Wednesdays from now on. And that way I'm going to stop bringing him, because I was bringing him on to Experts Corner like every other week. So I just kind of stepped up and I said, hey, look, why don't you come on and do your own webinar here? There's a ton of information that you have. There's a ton of stuff that we need to know. And this would be a great opportunity for you to reach out, to help other people, to build their brands, to build their websites and everything else. So he's going to be headlining that one. That'll be on Wednesday nights. Thursdays, we have Ivan Obron's Money Matters, where Ivan goes over all the paper side. So Scott handles all the real physical side of real estate, right? So how do you go and find the properties? How do you rehab the properties? If you want to bird dog for us, if you want to wholesale to us, if you want to work with us, right? You need to be watching Scott's webinar, because he's going to go over all the ways that we can say yes to a deal, period. So if you want to bring us more deals, if you want to bring us more wholesale deals, then go on that webinar. And the reason I'm sharing this, guys, with you is that this webinar tonight is the only webinar that is focused solely on mindset. There's no strategies that I talk about on this, except for strategies on how to better your life, right? That's really what I care about. I want to impact the world. I want to help people take their life to the next level. And I know what it takes to do that. The reason I know what it takes is because I used to weigh 260 pounds. I weigh 170 now. I used to smoke and chew, and I don't do any tobacco. I've quit habits. I've quit bad things, and I've created a lifestyle that I wanted. I created a life that I could have my family with me everywhere I go. I can go and do fun things. If you go on and you look at my Facebook page, you can see I'm always all over the place. Tomorrow we're going to SeaWorld. On Tuesday, I think I'm going down to San Diego for something. On Wednesday, we're going to Knott's Berry Farm. And then we have the Wednesday night, we have our meeting, wine and dine meeting at 6:30 at the TGIF in Buena Park. On Thursday nights, Thursday, I'm going to Michelle Patterson's who is going to be the first guest on Friday night. She is going to be our first guest on the Friday night webinar, which is Women Entrepreneurs in Real Estate. And the reason I'm excited about that is because Michelle Patterson, she runs the Women's League of, oh man, you know what? I don't know exactly what it is. I'll have to look that up. But well, you'll see it because we're going to put her bio on that webinar. But she took over a company that Maria Shriver was running. So a Kennedy was running. This person, she hangs out with Don King. So we're going to be getting him on the show now, which is awesome. And again, I'm sharing this with you guys because I want you to understand how important it is to get out and network. Because the reality is you don't have to know everything. You have to get connected to people that do. You have to provide value. I heard yesterday we were hanging out with David Fagan, and I was talking to him a little bit, and I said, you know, what's one of the biggest things that you've learned in the last 10 years of being PR and working with celebrities and all of that? And he said, you have to come to the table with more than a knife and a fork. And I love that. I'm like, man, that is awesome, right? Because how many of us go, man, I want to get in that. I want to do that. I want to get into action. Okay, great. What are you going to do? I don't have anything, but I want to be part of it. And it's like, okay, well, what can you bring to the table? Well, I mean, nothing, but I want to be part of it. Well, that's not going to happen. You're not going to get to just be part of it because you want to be part of it. You've got to provide value. And you know, the thing is a lot of us, we get so excited and so enamored and so wrapped up in the fact that we want to go out and do something different. I don't want my life to be this way. I want it to be different. I want more here. I want more there. And then it's like, okay, well, great. This is what you need to do. Step 1, step 2. Oh, hold on. I don't really like step 2. Step 2 isn't convenient for me. Step 2, I don't want to do. Step 2, you don't realize I've got to do this over here and I've got to do that. And again, I'm going to say that's fine. You can make up all the reasons, excuses, challenges, issues, whatever it is that you want to do. But until you stop, until you take responsibility for where you are, you're never going to get anywhere new. You're never going to get anywhere different. You're going to keep getting the same exact things that you've been getting. I've wanted to start a charity for years. I've wanted to start one, but I just kind of wanted to start one. Now with Haley, I'm blown away. It took a 6-year-old to actually get me to take action on a charity and make a difference. And so now, and it's awesome because I don't have to come up with anything, right? I can just go make it happen. So I just sit there and I ask Haley questions. I'm like, well, how many days do you want it to be? Well, what do you think about this? Well, what do you think about that? What do you want? What do you want? How does this make you feel? What, right? I just keep asking questions. And so now we have a 4-day event that's going to be international. We've already got somebody in Australia that's going to do it. So now I'm looking for people in different countries. And I just got connected again with, Michelle Patterson, who has been to the UN, whose daughter has spoke at the UN with her, right? Whose daughter got sang happy birthday by the UN. Now that to me, man, I don't care who you are. That's amazing. That's incredible. And I want to know people like that, people that have the connections, people that have the resources, right? And know people, because look, everything that you want is right out in front of you. The greatest optical illusion is that of separation. The greatest optical illusion is that of separation. And what I mean by that is a lot of times we want this, we want that, and we think it's so far out there, it's so far away. And I want you to realize that you have everything that you really want right now. You do. You may say, well, no, that's not true. I don't. I want way more. Well, not really. You may kind of want more. You may like the idea of wanting more, right? You may want to become a new person, but you're not willing yet to shatter who you are. You're not willing yet to make room for that new person. What you're doing is you're keeping it. You're coveting this person. You're wearing it like a body of armor. And I'm just curious, what the hell are you protecting? Because you don't like this life, but you're doing everything in your power to protect it. You're doing everything in your power to stay right where you are. And you may be saying, well, no, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm doing everything I can. Bull, you're not. You're not staying up late. You're not giving up sleep. You're not giving up food. You're not giving up anything. Today, Father's Day, it was like any other day to me right now. And that sucks. It shouldn't be that way. But you know what? I had stuff I had to do. I've got people that depend on me for things, and it doesn't matter if it's Father's Day right now or not. So am I going to spend some time with my family? Absolutely, right? And that's why I'm going to cut this webinar shorter than normal. But the reality is, Scott has his webinar tomorrow. He needed things done. So I took 2 hours out of my day today and I did it. There was Justin is starting his webinar. There's things that I need to do to get the word out there so people can start engaging in it, right? And that's what I mean by you don't realize it. You are on a time limit. Once today is gone, it's gone. It's gone. It's not here anymore. And you can't, and I hate that word, but you can't get it back. There's no way to go back and get today. It's done. So the question is, have you used today to your best ability? Let's take Father's Day out of it and let's just talk about Saturday. Let's talk about Friday. Let's talk about Thursday. When you look back on that, did you do everything that you could that day to engage your goals, to reach your goals? Did you write your goals down every morning? You know, I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, look, I'm not really into writing my goals down. I think it's kind of a waste of time. I think it's kind of, you know, it doesn't really matter. And I'll say, okay, well, I get that. And let's talk about the Harvard study because, you know, those guys are idiots, right? And of the Harvard graduates, the dumb ones, Harvard graduates, when they graduated, they did a study. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of this, but if you guys haven't, just check it. Wait, hold on. If you haven't, awesome. If you have heard this before, just go along with me real quick. Harvard did a study. And when this class graduated, a class of their students, they were polled. And I think it's something like 80% of them didn't have any goals, didn't have anything written, you know, just, I'm just going through. I know what I want to do, kind of, right? Then it was another percentage of them had their goals written. And then 3% of them, a certain percentage of them, right? Like 17% had goals, but they hadn't written anything down. And then 3% of them wrote their goals. So 3% of the Harvard graduates wrote their goals. 10 years later, when they were looked at, right? And they were caught back up with, and how are you doing? And they checked everything out. The people who had goals versus the people that didn't have goals, the people who had goals were making twice as much as the people who didn't have any goals. So just by having goals, they made 2 times the amount of money, right? Now, those 3% that wrote down their goals, they made 10 times the amount of money. So my question to you is, do you really feel that writing down your goals is a dumb thing? Do you really feel that writing down your goals isn't worth your time? Let me ask you another way. Can you afford not to? Can you really afford not to write down your goals? Is 5 minutes a day? Here, I'm going to get to this one right now because I can go back. I can stay here. Is 5 minutes a day worth giving up everything you want? Because let me tell you right now, if you take 5 minutes every morning, write down your goals, you're going to be able to attain them. They're going to come to you. You're going to manifest what you want. I know it sounds stupid, but I'm going to tell you right now, you will be the coolest prophet in your own life. You just will be. Because when you start writing things down, I started writing down my goals that I wanted to donate a day, that everybody connected to the Thinking to Succeed project and Coast to Coast RIA would donate one day a month to charity. And I've been writing this down for, 2 months now. I haven't really said anything to anybody. That's one of my goals. That's what I wanted to have happen, right? But I didn't even have a charity. So I don't know what I'm going to do about I don't know how I was going to get it to happen. I just kept writing it. As you know, my daughter has alopecia, right? Now she has her own charity called Everybody Can Impact. It's at everybodycanimpact.org. It's not up yet, but I have the domains and everything already. It just points right now, I believe, at what she wants to do. But she wants to have a 4-day event. And the first day, we're going to be giving food away to families, right? So we're going to go to, there's in Riverside, in Corona, I believe, or Norco Corona. There's a a homeless shelter that we're going to go to and donate our time all day. We're going to go there. We're going to clean. We're going to cook. We're going to pass out food. We're going to do whatever it is that they want us to do. Right. And if you guys live in the area, I would love you to join us. It's going to be on December 6th will be the first day of the event. Right. So December 6th, everybody's going to be giving away food. And there's a point why I'm telling you all of this. So please stay with me with what I'm saying. All right. Because it has to do with shattering who you are for who you want to become. So the first day, it's all about feeding the homeless, all right? And feeding families is what we're calling it. So day one is feeding families. We're going to go to this mission. And if you guys live anywhere, well, obviously you live somewhere. If you live anywhere around Corona, I'd love you to come out with us and donate your time there. If not, though, even better, if you live in Australia, if you live in Turkey, if you live in the UK, if you live in New York, doesn't matter, then work with us. I'll help you find a shelter to donate the time to and help us organize in that area. So this can be all around the world on December 6th that we're feeding families, right? The next day, I think is December, 7 plus 6 would be 12 or 13, 12. I don't know. I'm not going to do math real quick here, but whatever that day would be is going to be the day 2. And day 2, we're going to go to SeaWorld, go to the zoo. Actually, man, again, going back to Michelle Patterson, Michelle Patterson knows Weiland, the famous artist, right? So she's going to set me up with him so that we can go down to Weiland Studios and we can watch his movie, which I think is called Plastic Oceans, and learn about how when we throw things away, how when we don't recycle, how it can actually come back and affect our world, right? Because I want to educate the kids. I want to leave this world in a better place than we found it. And so and by the way, I just kept asking what she wanted to do, and these were her ideas. The third day and fourth day will be the very next weekend, right? So it's the first weekend in December, the first Saturday, second Saturday, and then third Saturday and Sunday. Third Saturday, we're going to have a circus, and it's either going to be in LA or San Diego. I'm not sure where exactly. We gotta find a place. And entrance into the circus will be $30. That will either go towards a present for the following day, or you can bring a present valued at $30 or more. At the circus during the whole day, there's going to be breakouts things. There's going to be different speakers that I'm going to bring in to really educate kids and help them grow, right? Help them learn. Even like David Fagan's daughter and Melissa Patterson's daughter, having them do speeches, because these are two young entrepreneurs. I mean, I think one's 14 and one's 16, or 15. Oh no, I'm sorry, they're both 16. And 16 and 17. Anyways. And so I want to inspire 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds to understand that they can impact the world, right? Because imagine if we can start helping our kids become better, right? If we can really start giving our children the resources they need at a young age to make it, to become self-sufficient, to know that they're amazing, to know that they're great, so that they don't have to go through what we're going through right now to unlearn all this negative mindset, right? And the reason I'm telling you all of this is because I had to learn to shatter who I was for who I wanted to become. I had to start going, okay, well, what would Pete 2.0 do? So I want you guys this week to start thinking about you 2.0. And who is us 2.0? Well, Pete 2.0 is the Pete that I want to be. It's the Pete that man, it's becoming the person you want to meet, right? I want to meet somebody that would do anything for me. I want to meet somebody that goes, look, I don't care what you could do for me. I just want to help you. That's the kind of person I want to meet. I want to meet somebody that's going to better my life, that's going to better my family's life, that's looking out for how I can be a better person, right? And that really cares about me. That's the kind of person I want to meet. So on the voyage to 2.0, to become you 2.0, it means you start doing those things. What would that person do? And so start living your life. I have a red light, green light thing, right? So it's all about how to live your life by the red light, green light. And if you read Force Your Dreams into Reality, which is the first book I wrote, and if you go to c2crea.com, you can download it right now. It's right there on the right side, and it's free. But in the very end, it's talking about how you've got to become somebody new, how you've got to, man, I don't know how else to say it. You've got to become that person. And so what would that person do? Look, right now, I want to go to bed. I want to do this. All right. I don't want to do that. Okay, hold on for a second. what I want you guys to do is stop and go, what would me 2.0 do? If I was the person I wanted to become, what would I do right now? And I guarantee you it's always going to be a different answer. It's going to be different than what you typically want to do because we've created horrible habits. We've created habits of being lazy. We've created habits of feeling entitled. We've created habits of saying it's her fault, it's his fault, it's their fault, it's the government's fault, it's everybody else's fault but me, right? It's everybody else's fault. I mean, even going back to the whole reason why I'm sure, oh, come on.
It might seem crazy.
Why we don't want to be, oh man, what? No, that shouldn't be that. I don't know why. That should have been because I'm happy, right? We even blame other people for our happiness or lack thereof. Why is it that we will look at somebody else and go, man, because of you, you made me unhappy. You made me this. Nobody makes us anything. And until you realize that nobody can make you anything, that you make you that you're reacting to a situation, you're reacting to an emotional trigger, as David Fagan would say. You're reacting to emotional trigger. Now, what is that emotional trigger? It might be, somebody is lying to you, somebody's doing this to you, whatever. And so you're losing your mind, right? But when you look at the bigger picture, almost inevitably, if we focus on the outcome as opposed to the engagement, right? Instead of focusing on what the hell is going on right now, focus on where do you want to be? Where do you want to be when this conversation's over, when this engagement's over, when this argument's over? Do you want your spouse, wife, husband, whatever? Do you want them to be out of the door? Do you want to be in a physical altercation? Or do you want to be happy? Because typically we want to be happy, but we don't do things in order to produce that result, do we? No, we want to be happy, but somebody cuts us off and we lose our mind. Now, do we know what's going on in their life? Not at all. But we don't even care about that because we're so self-centered. And the 2.0 version of ourselves wouldn't be that way. The 2.0 version of ourselves, man, what is going on? I don't understand. It's like, it's so dry in the house right now and it's hot. So I've got the fan going and it just, the 2.0 version of ourselves always focuses on the outcome. The 2.0 version of ourselves is the parent that we always wanted to have. The 2.0 version of ourselves is the person who always has time. It's the person that is reaching out and is looking to help you. So why is it that as we're growing, as we're becoming whatever we want to be, as we're becoming successful, as we're on that mission, right? We start to think, and the reason I started telling the story was we start to think that we're not that person. We can't do that. We can't do this, right? We start using these negative terms. And the reason I hadn't started any charity before was because, I just think I didn't have enough drive to do it. But also it was like, well, I don't know this or I don't know that, or I don't know anybody that could help me do it. Well, I don't know anybody now that could help me do it either. But once I had enough passion for doing it because of my daughter, I was willing to figure it out. So what is it that you really want, guys? What is it that you want out of life more than anything? All right. And here's the other thing, guys. There's a question bar over here on that. Wow. All right, cool. 35. There's a question bar over here on the right side. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and call. Go ahead and write them in. The other thing is I will also open up the lines in a little bit here for anybody to ask any questions or anything else. All right. So you'll be able to raise your hand or, I don't know, raise your hand if you're sure, all that kind of stuff. So here's the thing, guys. If you guys don't have, man, I don't even know how to say this because I'm so passionate about this and I get so incensed when it isn't done because I don't understand. Let me explain this to you here real quick. If you're so busy that you don't have 5 minutes to wake up in the morning to write your goals down, there's no way you're going in the right direction, period. You're just not. You're going in 50 different directions. You're the type of person that is always saying, how come this doesn't happen? How come that doesn't happen? How come this? How come that? And you've got 50 ideas, but no follow through. Writing your goals every morning puts things into focus. We talked about this last week, right? Out of sight, out of mind. Well, this brings it into sight, so it's in your mind. You want to start changing the way you think? Start doing different habits. Start creating unbreakable habits so you become an unmistakable success. Look, again, going back to the 2.0 version of yourself. When you look at a successful person, think about where you are, all right? What are the things that you do every day? Now, I want you to imagine the person that's doing your dream job, whatever that may be. If that's owning a company, if that's being a model, if that, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, whatever that dream lifestyle is, life skill, whatever. What are they doing? And what are they doing that's different from you? Because I'm going to guarantee you something's different. Something is different. And you can't say, well, they're better looking than I am because there's a ton of ugly actors, right? So that's definitely not it. You can't say, well, they're more talented than I am because there's a ton of people that are in movies and I'm just using film right now for an example, but there's a ton of people in films that are not talented, that other people have a lot more success than they do. So what is it that makes somebody successful? Honestly, I think it's the ability to connect with people. It's the ability to communicate. It's the ability to network. More than anything, it's the ability to network. It's the ability to get people to like you. And you may think, well, I don't care if they like me, but you should. You should care. Because if you want to get farther in life, there's going to have to be a lot of people helping you get there. And the only way people are going to help you get there is if they think that you help them too and that you care about them. Nobody's going to help people that they don't feel cares about them, right? Think about politics. The whole idea is for them to show you how much they care so that you vote for them, right? So communication and networking is an art. And you should be putting time into building that art. If you think right now, well, I suck, I'm embarrassed, I don't like meeting people when I'm brand new, great. Then start now. Go out to a local RIA. Go out to a local chamber meeting. Go out to a local anything and start meeting people. Here's a task. I want you for the next week, every day for the next week, every day for the next week, I want you to look at one stranger for a long enough period of time that it's uncomfortable so that you literally have to go over and say, man, you look familiar. I want you to do that to one person every day and see what that new relationship brings you, right? There's so many times I hear stories of it and it's like, well, how'd you meet him? And they're like, oh my God, it's the craziest story. He just walked over and he said, well, that happens all the time. Marina and Sarah, right? Here's a crazy story. So I ended up meeting David Fagan on Facebook, right? Then it ended up going to his event because I invited myself. Because I'm at his event, Marina and Sarah sits next to me. Just happens by chance. He has a thing there. We have to talk to each other, which I didn't want to do. Almost walked away, was forced back, had to do it. When I did it, she told me how she worked at SeaWorld. My family and I go to SeaWorld all the time. We met her at SeaWorld. We had a dolphin encounter, which was amazing. And usually you pay $200 or $300 for something like that. We didn't pay anything. It was because we knew her. It's because I got outside of my comfort zone and I talked to somebody that I didn't want to at the time, whatever, right? Because of that, she's the ambassador for the Statue of Responsibility, which is going to be out here on the West Coast. Because of that, the person who is one of the people in charge of the Statue of Responsibility saw my post, saw Haley, and now is talking to me about Haley possibly being an ambassador for children for the Statue of Responsibility. And I'm going to tell you, man, nothing is going to make me more excited than that. Marina was the first woman to be the ambassador. And if I get Haley to be the child ambassador for the Statue of Liberty, which will be like the Statue of Liberty, the Statue of Responsibility here, that'll be just like the Statue of Liberty on the East Coast, like a bookend. I mean, how awesome is that? And you know why that was? That was because I wrote down in my goals that I was going to grow my business. I wrote down that I would impact 10,000 people this year. So I'm looking at all kinds of ways that I can impact a massive amount of people very quickly, that I can actually help their lives, right? The webinars are one way. So man, I just started upping. Well, what could I do different? What do we not have? What are things that are missing right now? I think there's a big lack of understanding for SEO, for social media and how it works together, and how do you really leverage that, and what does that mean? What's a meme? How do you know what do likes actually translate to, and how do you make that into a dollar, right? I think there's a lot of confusion there, and it's still something that I'm learning, but it's something that Justin knows, and Justin's willing to spend 30, 45 minutes a week and go over different tips. That's awesome. That will help me grow our brand. It will help me grow our ability to help people. I haven't seen a whole lot of women only things, right? Usually people do a women only thing and then they invite everybody else to it. And then they go, well, it's not really like that, but I was trying to do a hook. For me, we're doing women, real estate, and women, entrepreneurs, and real estate on Friday nights at 6:00. That is I'm going to probably be on the first webinar just to make sure that everything goes right, to show Candace how to hook everything up and talk. But Michelle Patterson is going to be the first guest on that, and it's going to be them. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to make sure it all goes down right. And there's no way I want to miss this, so I'm going to make sure I get it recorded, just in case she doesn't get it right. I'd freak out. I would lose my mind if I didn't have the first inaugural webinar done. So, every webinar that we do on Friday nights is going to be women on it. You will never hear a male on there unless, man, they would have to really convince me why there should be a guy on there, because I just don't feel, I feel that there's other women that could participate and they would have better understanding. So I want it to be focused on women, right? Money Matters, where Ivan is talking about the pay. It's just, again, Scott, with the real estate, it's crazy. All these things that we're doing are to impact the world. They're to impact all of you guys, to help you guys, to provide resources for free, to show you guys what you can do. Because again, like I always say, I want to make money off the real estate, not off the education. I don't really care about the education part. I care about the real estate. You want to create a legacy? You do that in real estate. You don't do that in education. Nobody's, well, I guess a few people are known for that, but you get my point. It's not what I want to be known for. I want to be known for impacting the world. I want to be known for helping people. I want to be known for getting people to get over that hump, to push through that boundary that they had, to break through whatever was holding them back, that I helped get that to go through. I helped something click. I helped them to think differently. And that somebody, it was funny. I was telling Michelle Patterson, I said, one of my other goals and one of my dreams, I haven't actually written this one down in public or anything, but I'll share it anyways, is to be introduced on stage in front of like 5,000 or 10,000 people saying, without Pete Asmus, this moment wouldn't be here right now. Now, that's pretty significant to have somebody say those words, right? So I've got to start thinking about how I can impact the world in a really big way that would get that many people there for something that I did. And I have no clue what it'll be. I'm hoping it'll be the Thinking to Succeed project, because for me, that's my heart. I mean, I love that. I want to impact the world, and I realize that everybody has to go through phases. They have to go through a metamorphosis. They have to go through a change. And so we created the Thinking to Succeed project, and it's not even just me. It's so awesome. The first 12 people, I think, that are in it right now, they're helping create the whole program with me. Like I said, I mean, it started off where it was going to be just 2 webinars, and that was it. Every week, the 2 webinars, and you write your goals down. And now, man, we've got 4 phases: mindset, forging the body, we've got building your humanity, and then running the numbers. And it's like, how do you get your mind right? And in that whole first month is just all about getting your mind, or the whole first phase, because it could take you a little longer than a month. And if you need to repeat it, you could repeat it. We don't care. It's about getting your life to the next level, not ours. So whatever you need to do to get to that next level, that's what it's about, right? And then the body, because the reality is I feel way better now that I'm lighter, right? Now that I weigh 170 as opposed to 260. At 260, I felt fat. I mean, I know everybody hates that word, but it's how I felt. I felt fat. I felt ugly. I felt slow. I felt this, and I wanted to change that. And I created enough pain that I changed it. I created enough pain that I was able to embrace the change, right? And so many times we don't do that. We're fat and we're like, I'm just big bone. But man, you're not big bone. We're fat. I'm fat. I'm fat. I was fat, right? And it took me looking in a mirror and going, man, I do not want to look like this. Like it took pain, because what do we want to typically do? We want to hide it. We want to, oh no, I'll just wear this really big puffy shirt and nobody will know that I'm fat, right? That's what I thought. I've got this one shirt, man. It's crazy how big this thing is. I mean, it's like, this is the neckline right here. This whole thing right here would be the neck. Like this would be, it'd be buttoned up. This would be the top button on it. It's like this big. It's like a 20-inch neck or something ridiculous like that, right? I mean, I was a 45-inch waist. It was crazy. It was crazy. And it was mostly because I was depressed. I was sad. Food was serving me in that moment, right? So I was just eating junk food so that I'd feel better. I was eating candy and sweets so that it'd spike my insulin. It'd make me feel better for a minute, right? But then I get sad again. And so it's like, okay, well, this is bullshit. This isn't working. Like, what am I going to do? And I had to make a decision. Like, I didn't want to be fat anymore. I didn't want to be fat. And I decided that I wasn't going to be fat anymore. And that no matter what, I'd work out every single day. That was about 2 years ago, I think now. No, probably like 2 years and 3 months ago. Probably about a year and a half, I've had the weight off now. It took me about a year to lose 100 pounds. Every day, I went to the gym every single day. Some days I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Some days I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Some days I went to the gym at 1 o'clock at night. I'd be out on the road. I'd go to the gym. I mean, it was as soon as I was done doing the seminar, right? I'd shoot up to the gym. Everybody else would be going out to eat. I'd go to the gym. I'd bring crackers and I'd eat crack. I mean, I'm not saying I did it the healthiest way at all, right? I basically, I didn't starve myself, but I ate very limited food and I worked out like a madman, probably 2 to 3 hours a day. But I never quit. And it was all about consistency. And it was all about focusing on I knew that I could be thin. I knew that I could be in shape. I knew it. There was no way that I couldn't. So it was just, what the hell did I need to do to make that happen? And I went to a doctor and they were like, well, it's just a simple mathematical problem. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Well, for every 500 calories that you change, it equals 1 pound of weight. So 500 calories equals 1 pound, period. You eat 500 calories more than you burn in a day and you're going up a pound. You eat 500 calories less than you burn in that day and you go down a pound. It's as simple as that. And the moment I understood that was it. I started tracking what I was eating. I started tracking and it's like, okay, well, the math is working. And then I just started losing weight. I didn't have to, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any programs out there that help you lose weight. Because here's the thing, the programs out there, and I know people will probably argue with me and want to fight me tooth and nail on this, but I don't think that the product necessarily is the equation that is the thing that's making it a solution. All right. Because I've seen a lot of people that take the product that are not in shape in any way, shape, or form. But I do think that it's the camaraderie. I think that when it does work for people, it's not necessarily the product. It's the fact that they had support. It's the fact that whenever we go to do something new, everybody always wants to tear us down. Nobody's lifting us up. That's what the 21-day challenge is all about. You write down your goals. You can join the Facebook page. Boom, write them down, put them up in there, post them up. Here's the thing. I've seen it over and over and over again now. It's crazy where somebody writes something and then somebody that doesn't even know them, friends with somebody else, sees it, reads it, and then posts on there and goes, hey, I can help you do this. Tyson jumped onto Cameron's post and said, put me on your buyers list, right? And the reason that that's important is because other buyers then see that and go, hey, well, if he wants to be on the list, I want to be on the list too. And now all of a sudden, bing, 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 and everybody starts jumping on. And you know what? Maybe if you're like going, well, you know what? I did the challenge and I put up and nobody even did anything. Nobody saw them. Nobody did anything. Well, that might be the problem. Nobody saw them. You've got to hashtag everything right. You've got to post it up. You've got to make it so people can see what you're doing. If you don't have 5 minutes to write down your goals, you're never going to make it. You're never going to find the time during the day to actually go out and make them happen, right? And here's the other thing. If you don't put them out there for everybody to see, how the hell are you going to go accomplish it? I mean, just tell me, explain that to me. Explain to me how you're embarrassed to put your goals out there for everybody to read, but you have no problem with going and attaining them. That part's going to be simple. That's going to be the easy part. I don't get it. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's not the easy part. The easy part is writing down your goals and putting them out there. The easy part is letting other people help you get where you want to go. The hard way, that's keeping it all in here. That's not letting anybody see it. That's sitting there and not writing down your goals. That's going, you know what? I'm better than that. I can do it all on my own. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you can't. You can't. If your goals are so small that you can accomplish them all by yourself, man, your goals suck. I mean, that's all there is to it. Step up your goals. Step up your ability. Step up the belief in you and what you can do, because you are amazing. You can do anything. You just got to start writing it down. And as you write it down, start taking little bits. Start taking steps. I saw the quote. I don't think I'll ever forget this quote. And the smallest step can make the biggest impact in your trajectory. So tiptoe if you must, but keep moving forward. Guys, keep moving forward every single week, every single day. Look, I get it. Sometimes life sucks. It just does. And you don't want to get up. You don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to write your goals down. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do any of it. In those days, awesome. Get up and do it, because those days are the days that build your character. Those are the days that build who you are. Look, when you're doing push-ups, right? When you're working out, it's not the first 5 repetitions that were easy. You're just bang, 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 bang. That's not what builds the muscle. It's not. It's those last ones where you're like, God, and you're just pushing with everything you have. Those are the ones that build them. So that's when you are growing as a person. That's when you're becoming amazing. That's when you're pushing your boundaries, you're pushing your limits, and you're exploding. That's when you're shattering who you are for who you want to become. It all happens when you grow. It all happens when it's hard, when it's difficult, when it's challenging. It doesn't happen when it's easy. Look, when you're water skiing behind a boat and everything's just happy and go lucky, you're not growing. You're having fun. You're relaxing. That's great. But growing happens when you feel overwhelmed. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, I want you to smile. I want you to be excited. I want you to go, man, this is awesome. And when everybody around you is like, what the hell is wrong with you? Just go, look, I'm growing. I don't know about all you. You guys may be just having a shitty day, but me, I'm growing, baby. I'm growing up to the top. In fact, woo, I could be growing on a Kanye West kind of day. See, I mean, you could, whoa. Hello. What is going on? There we go. You can get outside of your comfort zone, right? How many times do you sing in the car? Do you go off in the car when nobody's in there, right? We will be so brave all by ourselves. But how many times will you sing out loud in front of other people when you know that you don't sing that well? But just like, who cares? I'm going to have fun, man. I'm going to sing. If you're not having fun in your life, why are you I don't want to say, why are you living? I want to say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because life is meant to be lived. And when you live, you have fun. When you live, you enjoy life. If you don't like your life right now, let me help you break out of it. I'm telling you right now, I will help you. I will absolutely help you. I put 5 other webinars together to hook you up. You want more help? Stay focused in what we're doing. Listen to these webinars over and over. Go on to c2crea.com and check out all of our podcasts. We've got, oh my God, seriously, we have to have like 300 or 400 hours of audio at this point. I mean, it's just ridiculous. All of our webinars, all the videos, check out the videos, see what we're doing. Become engaged. There's nothing else I can do. Look, I can't add more time to my day. I only have 24 hours, period, just like you do. So what I did was I created an ability to multiply myself. I created webinars so that we could deliver information and get it to you so that you could work through it, right? Because look, if I'm going to have to start charging if I'm going to go private coach, because there's no way for me to have individual sessions with 1,500 people. I can't do it. I don't have that much time in the day. So that isn't a route that I've been talked to and asked about. And maybe, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I will go that route. Maybe I will take on a few like personal coaching clients that I'll work with. But you got to realize that the reason I'm doing all of this was so that nobody had to do that, was so that you guys could get all of this stuff for free, that you guys could work through it. But you guys have to take action. You guys have to do something about it. Thank you, Stephanie. I don't know which one you were talking about. I hope you were, were you talking about, Stephanie said she loved that slide. Were you talking about this slide? Is that the one that you love, Stephanie? Let's see. Zip. Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you too. And okay. Unbreakable habit. Okay, now I see where you were talking. Yeah, I think I was there when you were saying that. All right. Anyways, let me jump past. So, wait, where was I at? So here's the challenge, right? If you guys go on to do the challenge, the reason I focused this like this, let me explain the challenge a little bit more to you too. When you write out the challenge, you're writing down 3 different areas of goals. And the reason is because otherwise, if I say, look, I just want you guys to write down 5 goals every day, you guys are going to go like, I want to be rich. 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 Oh, okay. We get it. You want to be rich. You want to be successful. I want a Ferrari. I want a house in the Hamptons. I want, everything's always going to be about us at the beginning. And that is one of the biggest inhibitors, roadblocks, downfalls, mistakes that you could make. You thinking that you're not ready to start giving back. You thinking that you're not ready to start helping other people. You thinking that it's all about you when it has nothing to do with you. When you start helping other people, you're going to really find out what your mission in life is. I promise you. When you see somebody get it, it's amazing. When you help somebody and you put that smile on their face and you've changed their trajectory and you've changed their life for the better, I promise you, there's no better feeling in the world. There's none. So what I wanted to do, because in the beginning, when we came up with the go make something happen, right? I even tattooed that on my arm. I'm going to have to tattoo on the other arm now and make sure you write your goals. Is that everybody started going and making something happen. And this is exactly what they started doing right here. See, and this is why you want to be live, because if you're live, you can see what I'm about to do. They would go like this. I'm moving. I'm going. I'm making something happen. Woo! Right? But they're not going anywhere. You're like right back in. You put your right leg in. You put your. Oh, hold on. I got you. I can't read. There we go. Right? This is what everybody is constantly doing. And I don't get it. It's like the shiny object syndrome, right? You're going to this seminar, then you're going to this seminar, then you're going to this seminar. Now I'm learning notes. Now I'm learning wholesaling. Now I'm learning whatever, rehabbing, commercial. I'm going to learn ALFs. I'm going to learn this. I'm going to learn that. It's like, my gosh, how in the world are you going to focus on anything? You've got 5 million things going and you haven't even started one of them, right? And just so you guys don't think that I'm just old school, I've got better, right? Just in case you want to see, I love this, man. Come on, break it down. Here we go. Okay. Anyways, we wanted to stop that, so that's why we came up with the goal challenge, because the goals give you direction. So now everybody with all this energy moving in 50 different directions, they get focused out, and now it's a straight shot. Now, instead of that line to success, right, where it's like this, and like it looks like spaghetti that somebody threw on the wall. Now, instead of doing that, we can actually have a more straight line. Because when we know where we want to go, it's a lot easier to draw a straight line. How in the hell do you draw a straight line when you go, well, where do you want to go? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I want to go. I just don't want to be here. Okay. Awesome. So jail, I mean, I don't get it. Like, go rob a bank. I guarantee you're not going to be there tomorrow. Either you get away with it and you're in Tahiti, or you don't. And you're, oh man, there could have been a much better joke there. San Quentin. Either you make it and you're in San Tropez, or you don't make it and you're in San Quentin, right? Okay, see, that was a little bit better, right? Okay, maybe not. I don't know. I'm doing my best. All right, thank you, Stephanie. You posted on Facebook. There we go. Love the hokey pokey. So that's the thing, is I want to give back. Look, I told you guys that I would only be on here an hour, and I'm pumped right now. I don't even want to get off. I want to stay on because I want to stay connected to you. I want to impact your lives. I've got to know, though, what do you want to do? Are you ready to impact your own life? Are you ready to step up? Or are you just sitting on the sidelines still? Because let me tell you, life is it's oh man, what is it? Self-serve, right? Life is self-serve. It's not automatic. It doesn't happen for you. You've got to get up and go make something happen. You've got to get up and engage. You've got to get up and tell your life what you want. Look, I promise you, if you start writing down your goals and put them in Pete Asmus's 21-day challenge Facebook page, I promise you things will start to happen for you. I'm telling you right now, that is okay, unless you tell me that you want to be a rocket scientist. Well, I don't know, man. I'm still confident that somebody in there would know somebody that would know something about rocket science, and they could help you in some way. I believe that. I believe that with every inch of my being. And I believe that so strongly because I've been seeing it happen for the last 2 months now. I mean, I can't even believe that we've had this for 2 months. I can't believe that the challenge has been going on for 2 months. We've got people in round 4, round 5 now. I mean, it's nuts. And so we're going to create something else where it's like a year. Like you do a couple 21-dayers and then bam, you just hit the whole year. So you don't have to keep writing around what round you're in and just where you want to go. Where is that final mission? Because this is about creating a habit. It's not about you just writing down your goals for 21 days and you stop. It's about getting you to understand the power of it so you continue to do so. And because you're putting them up and posting them up in the Facebook page, you're getting likes. You're getting people that are acknowledging it and talking about it. So it makes you feel better. It connects the reward with the activity. And so you start to learn that, hey, when I write my goals down, I feel better. So that eventually you don't need us to do that anymore, that you just want to do that. There's certain things that you guys do every day for your life. Seriously, you brush your teeth every day. You brush your teeth every day. Do you not brush your teeth? Do you ever go, you know what? I don't need to brush my teeth today. Brushing your teeth is kind of overrated. Do you ever say that? Do you ever not wash your hair? Do you see what I mean? So there are things that we do every single day to better our life. This is one of them. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. This is something that it betters your life. It betters your life. It betters your life. I'm just telling you, because the last thing you want is, right? We don't want that. We don't want to be blindsided. We don't want to have things taken away from us. So we protect everything instead of realizing that, hey, objects are just that. And the more I create bonds with people, the more I'm going to have. A thing is never going to love you back. A thing is never going to be loyal. A thing is never going to care about you. Only people will. So invest in people, not things. Invest in relationships, not objects. All right? Do something better for you. Become the person you want to meet. Listen to me. Become the type of person you want to meet. What kind of person do you want to meet? Is the person that you want to meet, are they angry all the time? Do they yell all the time? Is the person that you want to meet, are they a philanthropist? Do they give away things to charities? Do they help people? Does the person that you want to meet have a huge network of resources and connections? Right? I know you're saying yes to all of these. So do you? Because do you think that the person that you want to meet that has all those things to bring to the table, as David Fagan says, wants you to just show up with your fork and knife? Or do you think maybe they want you to bring some salad, some dressing, I don't know, some bread, something, right? They don't want you just to show up. They want you to bring something to the table. So the question is, what are you going to bring? What are you going to bring to your table? To your table. Forget everybody else's table right now. Let's just talk about your table. What are you going to bring to your table? Because right now, this is your chance to have a different life. Right now, guys, you're listening to me right now. This is your opportunity right this minute to make a change. To say, I'm done. I'm done living my life. I'm going to step it. I'm going to do the step system. Pete's step system. You want to know what it is? It's a 3-step system. I'm going to do Pete's 3-step system. I'm going to create a 3-step system now. Watch. Here we go. Now I've got to make a meme out of that too. So here's Pete's 3-step system. First, number 1, you need to step out of the life that you're currently living. You need to shatter who you are for who you want to become. Look, if this bottle is full of water, I cannot put more water in. It's full. So you're going to have to dump out some water. You're going to have to make some room. You're going to have to make some room for that new person. You're going to have to make some room for the growth within you, which means you're going to have to start cutting some things away, start cutting some things off. Things that you don't need, people that you don't need. And you're going to say, well, that's mean. I don't need to cut. Look, you can make excuses or you can make sense. You can make challenges. You can tell me why it can't happen, or you can show me how it is going to happen. But you can't do both. You need to pick a side, and then flip the switch. Decide that you want more out of life. Decide that it doesn't matter what anybody else says, you are going to have more out of life. Make that conscious decision and just snap it. Switch. And become the 2.0 version. And when you feel yourself starting to fade, remember, ask, what would the 2.0 version of myself do right now? What should I be doing? And if I should do it, then I must. Because should equals must, can equals do, and try equals, no, what? Can't equals will, sorry. Try equals do. So you've got to start doing it. Stop trying. Stop trying to do anything. Start doing it. Just do it. Don't try, just do it. Don't should. I should do this. I should. You're going to start shoulding all over yourself, and that's not what we want. It's all about must, right? That's Musk, but it's kind of close to must, right? You must do it. Look, if you should do something because it's going to help your life out, if you should do something because it's going to help you reach a goal, if you should do something because it's the right thing to do, then you must do it. You must. Like me, I could have not done this webinar tonight. And there's nobody that would have, look, there's no way you can come at me. I'm not charging anybody to be on here. All 38 of you. I'm not charging anybody to be on this. So there's nothing you could say about that, right? So it's not like you can get your money back. And it's Father's Day. Like, I would have every reason in the world. I have 3 beautiful little girls. I have every reason in the world to not be doing this webinar. But what I do, and what I'm committed to doing, is keeping my word. Because to me, my word is valuable. And my word says, what I've said ever since I've done this webinar is the only way I will not do this webinar is if it's physically impossible. Like I'm on a plane or I'm driving in a car and there's no signal, right? There's one time when I was coming back from Arizona that I couldn't do the webinar. But besides that, I do it no matter what. That's my commitment to you guys. If I'm that committed over a free webinar, what are you guys making excuses about that you can't do? How uncommitted are you towards your goals? I'm committed to a webinar. You're not even committed to your own goals, let alone something way down the list like a webinar, right? So when is it that you're going to take your life up to the next level? When is it that you're going to take your life up and start to become something better? Step one, step out of all the habits that you have. Step out of the life that you're living. Step out of the decisions that you make on a daily basis and step out of what you normally would do. Then step up. Step up your expectations of you. Man, how many times do I hear you expect too much? Bullshit. I do not expect too much. If I don't expect my life to be awesome, nobody else is going to expect that for me. Right? If I don't expect more out of myself, nobody else is going to expect that out of me. So I tell you, no, increase it. Expect more out of your life. Expect more out of your friends. Expect more out of your family. Expect more, but give more. Don't expect more and not give more. Now you're just asking for a beating, right? Expect more and give more, because that's part of stepping up. It's increase. It's step up your expectations and step up what you expect of others, right? What you expect of your life. But step up your expectations of what you expect of yourself. Look, you're not in any competition with anybody else. I hate this when I see new people come into any kind of industry and they're like, well, this sucks because he started after I did and he's farther along than I am. You're not in competition with him. He's not paying your bills. So stop worrying about him or her or them or whatever it is. Focus on you. Did you do better today than you did yesterday? Because the only person you're in competition with is you. You're the only one that knows if you did your best. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said that. He said, I don't focus on competing against anybody else. I compete with me. I aim to do better today than I did yesterday. Not than he did or he did. I don't care what they do. I don't have any control over them. I have control over me. So start taking control back and realize that you can do anything if you start stepping up your expectations. And then once you do all of that, you can step into your life. You can step into the 2.0 version of you because you've now created it like I did. I now am making moves to start a charity for real, to actually have a charity. I'm putting people on the board, everything. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm going to do it. But how many of you guys don't know what you're doing and you refuse to even get up? You know, at some point, experience is what makes good decisions. If you don't have any good experience, if you don't have any experience, it's like a credit score, right? A credit score, somebody that's 18 with the 700 credit score is significantly different than somebody that's 40 with a 700 credit score. Because 40 has done 22 years of keeping that score where it is. An 18-year-old just got it yesterday. So realize that there's a lot to be said over experience. So make sure that you're stepping your lives up. All right. Let's see what else. Full of wins. I know, right? Today I'm going off on these quotes. I'm going to have to re-listen to this whole thing because I think I had like 3 or 4 quotes in there that I can end up using. All right. So here we go, guys. That's kind of my little beating on why goals are so important, on why writing your goals are so important. It even kind of trips me out as I was talking to, you know, it's so weird that they say that a prophet is stoned in his own, area. And that, like, you know, I don't know, basically saying that the people that know you, right, they never believe in what you can actually do. It's always other people. And then it comes back full circle. And, I want to share with you guys that it doesn't have to be that way if you live and lead by example. When you start writing down your goals every day and you become known for that, there are people that have gotten offered things that they don't even get the fact that it's because they were writing their goals and other people saw them as go-getters. Other people saw them as, man, if they're going to write their goals, I want to work with somebody like that. That's what this is designed to do. And it's easy. So the 3 different areas were designed so that you've got you've got community, you've got, let me go back. You've got community, business, and personal, right? And so that way, when you're writing down your goals, you've got 5 community goals so that you focus on how are you going to give back to your community as well. It isn't just about you. You have 5 business goals So what are your goals for your business? How much money do you want to make specifically? What do you want it to do? Do you want it to be in a building? Whatever. I don't want to give you goals. I want you to write your own goals down. And then personal. Now that can be where I want a Ferrari. I want a big house. I want this. Okay. There's all the I want. Those all go under personal. All right. But I wanted those other ones so you could focus on other things as well. And you could start learning how you could give back. Because what you don't want to do is be like me and have it be all the way to you've completed something. And now I feel like I could have been doing this for the last 5 years. I could have been doing the charity. And I just didn't. I didn't know. I didn't step up. And I want other people to make better decisions than I did. I want other people to have better results than I did. And I want them to have them sooner. I mean, man, I'm 41 or something, right? Well, I guess it's not super old, but to me, it just feels like I don't feel like that. I feel like I'm 21. Well, not 21. I feel like I'm 28 still. And so if I can help people that are 21 become successful by 25, 26, 27, that'd be awesome. That'd be incredible. And if I can help you, whatever age you are right now, become successful in the next 3 years, then that would be incredible too. And I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put in the work. The question is, are you? All you got to do is go on there. You just join the challenge. It's super easy. And I mean, honestly, the biggest question is, are you ready to take your life to the next level? If you are, join the challenge. If you're not ready, I get it. Wait, watch everybody go by. Watch it all happen. Or step up and take your life back, right? And most of us think, what do you mean change? We freak out like this building is, right? Because he thinks a wrecking ball is happening. And I love this quote right here. Change your brain to embrace the change. Pain is temporary, right? But look at this. I just think that's such a cool picture. See, there's my red light, green light. All about all this stuff. Comfort zone. All right, let me see. Do you guys have any questions real quick before we wrap this up tonight? If you do, you can raise your hand or you can write it in on the bottom. Oh, Mike, what do you... Oh, I know. You're making fun of me now. You're saying I'm so old because you've got what, like 4 years on me? Something like that. Okay, let's see. You know what? Oh my gosh, man, there's even more people on here now than I thought. Who wants to ask a question or talk real quick? Does anybody want to say anything at all? Just raise your hand if you do. I don't want to keep this going forever. If you guys don't have anything you want to talk, there we go. Thank you, Mike. I was going to unmute you too, but I figured I'd wait. All right. You are unmuted, my friend. Michael Jensen. Man, you raise your hand, but you never are able to talk. I don't understand this. Oh, okay. Hello, Michael. Nope. All right. Well, I'll leave you unmuted if you figure out how to unmute that thing later. Stephanie, let's see. I'm going to unmute you real quick. How are you doing, Stephanie? Man, everybody is on their computer with no mic. All right. I won't play this game anymore. Let's see. Does anybody have 14 years? Okay. All right. Well, with that, then I'm not going to keep this going because it is Father's Day weekend. So I do want to go and hang out with my girls and I want to eat dinner and have fun. Typically I take this thing out till 8:00 if I want. But if you guys don't have any questions, then I don't want to keep it going. And you guys don't. So that's awesome. Let's see what, let me leave you guys with something. What can I leave you with? Let's see. Here we go. My daughters dance to this every single day. You guys are so awesome. I really do appreciate you guys being on the call tonight. I know it's Father's Day. I know that you guys probably have other places to be, other things to do, but the fact that 38 people are on here tonight is amazing. I appreciate all of you, and I look forward to working with all of you. Make sure, if you guys have questions, email me, Pete@C2CRIA. Here, let me get through to that. There's our website right there. Calendar. We have webinars, podcasts. I've changed up a few things right now in the beginning. Some of this stuff is different now. I can, in fact, here, I'll show it to you real quick because I think it's actually pretty cool what I did on that. So there's Justin's new webinar. You guys can go to that real easy and go sign up for it. The Power of SEO, c2cria.com/the Power of SEO will take you there. I'll end up creating some other stuff on there too. It'll be on the actual main site here. But here's what I wanted to show you guys. So I've done some different things to the website. Right up here, we have a moving bar now. So you have the webinars and the podcast. You can click either one of those and get right to the webinars or the podcast. Here's where you can join the challenge right there. The daily motivational videos. Remember, they used to be right here. Okay. I instead put today's events, and I've changed that, and I've moved those to peteasmus.com. So peteasmus.com is where all the motivational stuff is going to be now. And I'm going to keep, now that we've got enough things going on with Coast to Coast RIA, I don't need to keep filling that full of all the motivational stuff that we're doing. We've now got, again, 6 webinars a week. So we're going to have plenty of stuff here on the front page to get involved in. You guys can also, it's easy to sign up for any of them. You can click them right there on the right side and just input your information. And if you're on Facebook, it'll even do that. You can download the ebook right there. But every morning, all you got to do is come here. You can either just go to C2C RIA and click on daily motivational videos, or you can go right to peteasmus.com and you can click on them as well. So it's that simple and easy. Let's get back through all these now. And this right here, obviously, you guys can hit Monday through Friday from 10 to 11 o'clock. None of that stuff is right. There are all of our webinars, except for Justin's, which I don't have up yet. And then I think that's it. Yeah. All right, cool. Okay, let me just put that back up as we're ending. All right. Can't hear you. Did you hear me? Mike, no, we did not hear you at all. You are very welcome, Stephanie. It's no problem taking them out of the taking my time out to do this for you guys, because that's what I want to do. Mike, you're still unmuted. So if you wanted to talk, you could still talk. But I just don't think you can. Guys, with that, thank you so much. Have a great day. Please share this stuff on Facebook. Please go out there. I want to get this webinar up to 100 people, 150 people. I think that would be awesome. And then maybe move it on to Google Hangouts or something. I don't know. Just to build it, though. I want to impact the world. I feel like I'm delivering a great amount of information for you. And I give you guys 110% every single week. So it would be really awesome. And I don't normally ask for stuff, but it would really be awesome if you guys could also go out there and help me spread the word, not only about the challenge, but about Journey to Success, about all this stuff, everything that we're doing. If you believe in what we're doing, help us spread the word. Help us share this information. If you believe in it, share it, because there's nothing else you could do that would be better for other people in your life than for them to start writing their goals down. If you had 5 motivated people around you all the time, you would become unstoppable. And that's really what we want to create. We want to create an unstoppable you. That's 2.0. Unstoppable 2.0. Guys, thank you so much for listening again. And have a great night. You're welcome, Steve. Bye, you guys.